In the heartwarming yet cautionary 46th episode of Big City Green's 4th season titled Remy Dillemy, viewers are treated to an intimate look at the complicated relationship between young Remy Remington and his wealthy, career-focused parents. The episode opens with a cheerful celebration of Remy's half-birthday, complete with an on-theme half-cake. Cricket, Tilly, and Vasquez, Remy's butler, gather around to sing and celebrate while Remy's parents, Russell and Rashida Remington, are initially distracted by important business calls before joining the festivities. As the gift-giving commences, Remy's joy is palpable as he receives thoughtful presents from his friends, a Mages and Mazes video game from Vasquez that they can play together, an abstract portrait of his pet Snakey from Tilly, and Ranch, a creative mustard and ranch combination, from Cricket. His enthusiasm noticeably dims, however, when he opens his parents' gift, a fancy fountain pen, offering a lackluster thanks, before quickly changing the subject to invite everyone to play the new video game. This moment becomes a painful revelation for Russell and Rashida, who realize that their son's friends seem to know him better than they do. The camera lingers on their concerned expressions as they wonder aloud. Have we been so wrapped up in our careers that we've lost touch with our son? This question serves as the catalyst for the episode's central conflict, as they declare their commitment to setting their priorities straight and building a closer relationship with Remy. In true Remington fashion, the parents approach this personal matter like a business venture, seeking expert consultation from Cricket and Tilly, whom they identify as top experts in the Remy field. What follows is an amusing musical number where Cricket and Tilly list all of Remy's interests and characteristics, from his love of gaming and theater to his collection of Galaxy merchandise, his fondness for putting ranch on barbecue, his interest in medieval times and Greek mythology, and his appreciation of jokes and puns. The Remingtons, impressed by this comprehensive knowledge, put Cricket and Tilly on retainer as official Remy consultants, offering them fancy big tech Model 37 cell phones as payment. Armed with this newfound information, Russell and Rashida embark on Operation Bond with Remy, taking him to the Ding Dong Influencer Cafe, one of his favorite spots according to their consultants. When Cricket and Tilly try to join the outing, the Remingtons bluntly reject them, explaining they can't have any distractions and will reach out when needed, treating the friendship like a business resource rather than a genuine connection. Tilly's hurt response, "I am not distracting," highlights the impersonal approach the Remingtons are taking. At the cafe, the parents' strategy seems to work initially as Remy enjoys himself, declaring it the best half-birthday ever. However, their victory is short-lived when Vasquez texts Remy, inviting him for a walk, which Remy eagerly accepts, abandoning his parents and his unfinished Bolby drink. The Remingtons, observing how Remy clearly prefers Vasquez's company, decide it's time for a reorg, corporate speak for eliminating the competition. In a shocking display of jealousy and misguided prioritization, the Remingtons call Vasquez into a formal meeting and fire him, despite his loyal service to the family. Russell theatrically repeats "fired, fired, fired," while Rashida coldly requests that Vasquez vacate the premises immediately. They justify this cruelty to themselves with the rationalization that now the competition is out of the picture, and they'll have a close relationship with Remy in no time, demonstrating a fundamental misunderstanding of how meaningful relationships develop. The aftermath is immediate and severe. Cricket and Tilly find Vasquez in a dazed state, muttering "Remingtons me. Done." When they realize he was fired, they're outraged at this callous treatment and declare that if Vasquez doesn't work for the Remingtons anymore, neither do they, throwing away their consultant's cell phones in solidarity with their friend. This loyalty stands in stark contrast to the transactional approach of the Remingtons. Meanwhile, Russell and Rashida struggle to connect with Remy without guidance from Cricket and Tilly. Their desperate attempts to bond include flipping through Remy's photo album, which only serves to remind them of all the important moments in their son's life they've missed. In a misguided effort to compensate, they suggest recreating childhood milestones through staged photographs, asking a clearly uncomfortable Remy to pretend he's a crawling baby, who then walks to his mom. The charade falls apart when Remy, increasingly suspicious, confronts his parents about their strange behavior, their secret phone calls, why his friends haven't called, and most importantly, where Vasquez is. When they casually admit to firing Vasquez, so we could spend more time together, Remy is devastated and angry. "Why would you fire Vasquez? He means the world to me. You should know that, he says before pointing out another painful truth, that his parents keep buying him fountain pens for every occasion despite the fact that he's not even a fountain pen guy. His emotional outburst culminates in the heartbreaking accusation. You clearly don't know me at all. This confrontation forces Russell and Rashida to face the reality of their actions. In a moment of genuine introspection, they acknowledge that treating our relationship with Remy like an aggressive overnight business venture wasn't the right thing to do. They realize that meaningful relationships, like successful businesses and sports careers, take time to build. This epiphany leads them to approach Remy with a sincere apology, admitting they don't know him but expressing a genuine desire to learn, acknowledging they can't make it happen all at once, and asking for another chance to try for real this time. The episode's resolution comes when the Remingtons organize a proper gathering that includes all the people Remy cares about. In a gesture of growth, they surprise Remy by inviting Cricket, Tilly, and most importantly a rehired Vasquez. Russell formally announces, "Vasquez, you're officially rehired," and Vasquez graciously responds with "forgiven and forgotten," showing a capacity for forgiveness that models emotional maturity for everyone. The final scene shows everyone happily enjoying time together, with the Remingtons taking back the consultant's cell phones from Cricket and Tilly, but offering fountain pens as parting gifts. A humorous nod to their continuing cluelessness about what kids actually want, but with the important difference that they're now genuinely trying to connect. Remy Dillemy offers viewers a thoughtful exploration of what truly constitutes meaningful relationships. The Remingtons' initial approach, treating their connection with their son as a business project with consultants, strategies, and competition elimination, fails spectacularly because real bonds can't be engineered or expedited. The episode reminds us that knowing someone deeply requires time, attention, and genuine interest in who they are, not just what gifts might impress them, or what activities might earn their approval. The contrast between the Remingtons' wealth, shown through their ability to give expensive gifts and hire consultants, and their poverty of connection with their son delivers a powerful message about priorities. Similarly, the loyalty displayed by Cricket, Tilly, and Vasquez demonstrates that true relationships are built on mutual care and support, not convenience or utility. The episode doesn't vilify the busy parents but instead shows their growth, as they learn that building relationships with their son requires the same patience, commitment, and personal investment that they've given to their careers. By the episode's end, the Remingtons haven't suddenly become perfect parents who know everything about their son, but they've taken the crucial first step, recognizing that relationships can't be rushed or outsourced, and committing to the gradual, authentic process of getting to know Remy for who he truly is. The fountain pens they still offer as gifts serve as a gentle reminder that growth is a process, not an overnight transformation, but their willingness to include all of Remy's loved ones shows they're finally on the right track to building the family connection they've been missing.